Okay, so I'm going to be recording it right now, guys. All right, so let me go ahead and share screen with you. Okay. And here's the Canvas shell. Okay, so anybody having a problem finding the course or navigating the home page, anything like that? Okay, we'll just kind of go through it one step at a time here. Okay, so these are your little quick links for you. You can jump right to the syllabus, to course description, assignments, textbooks, schedule, etc. If you're running low on time and you're like, oh man, I know there's assignment due. When is that assignment? You can jump right to week number 5 and start working on your assignment for that week. Okay. The left-hand side here is going to lead you to the announcements. Hopefully you watched my video and the announcements there, and then you responded back to me. The welcome discussion thread, hopefully I can get most of those by tonight at midnight. Okay. But do your best on those things to try to get that in for me. You can also go right to the syllabus here, but most of the information is going to go through modules. Okay. If you click on modules, then you'll be pretty much good to go here. All right. Preparation for course. Let's look at that first. This will tell you about some of the key dates that we have coming up. So like it says here, Thursday, February 17th, hopefully I get that week number 1 welcome from everybody at that point. I always have a ton of students that are coming into these classes. Okay. I have right around 40 in each one of them. There's still people that are wanting to add. So if I don't get the week 1 welcome, I'm going to kind of flag it on there, right? And say, okay, this person might not want to take the class. If I don't receive the homework with the assignment by Sunday night of the first week, I'm probably going to reach out and drop you. Okay. So I can add somebody else into the class. This gives you some other information here. And then we have the lockdown browser. Very, very important. Lockdown browser is used for the quizzes. Okay. But I don't use the webcam. Okay. I just use the lockdown browser part. This is the only area that you can download Respondus. Okay, guys. So don't go to respondus.com. Don't pay for anything, nothing like that. You're going to go right here and you're going to click on download browser lockdown browser download for VVC. When you click on that, right, you're going to come to this page and you're going to install now. That's all you have to do. Okay. And then you're good to go. Okay. Let's go back to modules. And then here, course descriptions, the assignments. The other thing that's important for people is to look at the discussion thread, sample, and rubric. Okay. Now, not every week you're going to have a discussion thread. It's going to be mostly like an assignment and then a discussion thread, assignment. I have it kind of mixed up. So sometimes you'll do a movie review. Sometimes you'll do a TED Talk. Sometimes you'll create a small little PowerPoint presentation. It just depends. Okay. But when you do have to do a discussion thread, then go ahead and come here and look at the sample and rubric. Okay. So this is the format that you want to put it in. It says type out the questions in bold and then respond below each item, and use word count, because you'll see the rubric that I have created that gives you the word count specs there. It's 150 words for your initial post. And then it's at least 75 words for a post to a peer or a classmate. And you only have to do one. Okay. So discussion thread, here's the initial post. A person with epilepsy is brought to trial for assault, blah, blah, blah. You would respond here, and then you would put your word count. And then it also requires you to create one learning resource. Okay. That's part of the rubric, part of your points. Okay. This resource can be a graphic, can be a picture, can be a TED Talk, can be, a journal article, whatever you want it to be. Okay. And then you will have your discussion thread peer post. Okay. And then put the word count on it. So you have the initial post, your learning resource, your peer post, and then here is the rubric for you, okay? So initial post, if you do these criteria here, you get 9 points. Peer post, 9 points. The mechanics, 2 points, and that equates to your 20 points for your discussion thread, okay? Here it mentions also post is equal to 150 words. Here in peer response, post is equal to 75 words, okay? If it's less than 75, less than 150, then you're going to lose a couple points, okay? Any questions at all with your discussion thread? Sample rubric. No?
I have a question.
Okay.
For that, it says 150 words for like the initial post. So that's including us copying the question as well.
No, the 150 words would be your own writing, your reflection, your response.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, excuse me. So are we so like when we're typing in like the response, are we adding the initial question too? Or do we just post our
Yeah, what I'm asking for here is that you copy and paste the discussion thread in there, just so I can, it's easier for me to see it.
okay.
And also here's another thing that's really good for you guys. If you want to break this up, sometimes the discussion threads will have like 4 or 5 parts to them. It's really, really smart to divide that up. Okay. So put the prompt, right? And then your response. And then the other part of the prompt, your response, prompt response. Okay. Then that way it makes sure also that you don't miss anything. Does that make sense? James, you have your hand up? I can't.
I'm sorry, yes. I just wanted to clarify, you said it's only one response per classmate on the discussion, or
Yep,
two?
yep, just one.
Just one? Okay, great, thank you.
All right, Jonathan, what do you have? All right. I see your hand raised there, Jonathan. Yeah, are you good? Okay. All right, so that is our sample weekly assignment. Okay, we're gonna go back to modules again. I'll just let you know on the textbook, I have, this is the first time that I've actually, put in that the textbook is recommended, but not required. Okay, because I've worked very, very diligently on the YouTube videos. And if you guys, really look at those YouTube videos, read the ancillary videos and so on, you can do very, very well in the class. Okay. Now, I don't know what kind of a learner you are. I know a lot of people are like, no way, I need a book. I need something in my hands. I like reading. Then that's perfectly fine. Go out, try to look, try to find the book. I think it's on the 11th edition now, but if you want to do the 9th edition, 10th edition, you'll still be fine. And you can get it pretty reasonable. I just didn't want you guys to fork out, $200 in the bookstore for a book. When I'm giving you a lot of ancillary materials and stuff for you to do very well in the class. Okay. If we look at the schedule here, this might be the only thing that you actually print out, just so you have it handy. But this just kind of gives you an idea of what we're going to be doing each and every week. Okay. When the initial post is due, the peer post, the quizzes. We'll have another Zoom session for the midterm. We'll have the topic paper coming up here 14th week or so, another Zoom session for the final exam. Okay. All right. Another thing is in order to get a hold of me, okay, it's very easy to get a hold of me. I put my email on there, the mark.claire@vvc.edu. That respond to that if you have any questions, like it says here, number 2, about the field of psychology or something like that. If you have a specific question about this course, try to always use the inbox, okay? Because the inbox will identify you as being in this class. And that makes it a lot easier for me because I'm teaching 3 classes right now, Okay. I also give you my phone number, so you can always call me, text me, if something is urgent. Okay. So then if we go to overview week number 1 and just kind of look at what we're doing. Okay, we're talking about the introduction here. So here's a lot of people for the exams and so on, right? They want a study guide. My suggestion is that these would be your study guides. Okay. The learning objectives for each week. Those would be your study guide. Responsibility for week 1 is going to be your welcome. Read. Oh yeah, I have read chapter 1 on here still. Not necessarily read chapter 1. I have to fix that for you, because you might not have a book, but watch my YouTube videos on this week's topics, watch all the ancillary videos, complete the weekly assignment, and then take the quiz. Okay. Here are the videos for you. This one is on the introduction, this one's on research methods, and then I have some ancillary videos for you as well. Okay. When we go to assignment week number 1, okay, now assignment week number 1 is actually a discussion thread. And so hopefully everything is detailed here for you. It even mentions here modules, discussion thread, sample, and rubric. So to go over what we just went over, to make sure that you do it right. And then here's your discussion thread prompt. So again, if you want to write this out using the following divisions of bios, identify how a professional from each division, blah, blah, blah. And then you could put in bold, psychopharmacology, and then your response, neuropsychology, your response, psychophysiology, your response, and it just makes it very nice and clear, right? And also it prevents you from possibly missing one of the prompts, and then you'll miss points on there. Okay. And then the quizzes, you're allowed 2 attempts. You do have the respondents lockdown, but you're able to use your notes, use your book, use whatever you want to do during that quiz. And yeah, let me see. Let me show you an example. So assignment number 2, let me show you something here. Okay. So now it's an actual activity. Okay. So like I said, they're not always going to be discussion threads. I want you to find one resource online that you believe really made a difference in your understanding of neuroanatomy, right? And then write a response 150 words in length. The whole idea behind these activities is you guys helping each other also, right? So if somebody goes out there and they say, hey, I found this super awesome brain model website. You can just type in a brain area and it'll come up, and it was really easy to use. And so you shoot that out there and you help each other. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, and so when you have an activity like this, I'll tell you what it is. You don't have to abide by the discussion thread rubric, right? Because it's an activity. So in these cases, you're not even reporting back to a classmate each and every time. You're just doing exactly what the activity asks of you. Okay. So sometimes the activity will be a little bit less, probably a little bit less work than a discussion thread. Sometimes the activity might be a little bit more work than a normal discussion thread. But I put them in there because that way I like to mix it up a little bit, so you're not just doing the same thing every week. Let's see. My name is Dave. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I got this from Daisy. I got this in the chat. Yeah, Daisy, just send me your access report, and I will make those accommodations right away. Okay.
Thank you, Professor.
Yeah. Okay, Jonathan, let's see. I had a question about if you could enable editing for a post. Couldn't edit my post after I posted it, and I noticed it was missing a few things. Oh, okay. Let me see. Yeah, I know it should be set. It should be set that way, but I will look into it, okay? Okay. All right. So, for you guys moving forward, you know that the discussion thread welcome needs to be done real soon. And then work on your assignment week number 1, work on your quiz number 1. If you turn those things in, then I know you're serious, you want to stay in the class. And I think you're off to a really good start and you're going to do really well in the class. I think that pretty much sets it up. I know sometimes there needs to be clarification on the discussion threads, the sample rubric, but other than that, I think pretty much everything is pretty straightforward. So, okay, let's see. Samantha, are you able to post your lecture slideshows for us to be able to print and utilize during the listening of the lectures? Yeah, that's something that I've kind of gone back and forth on, Samantha. The way I do it is if it's a face-to-face class, then we do the lectures, the PowerPoints in class. If it's an online class, I just use the YouTube videos. So, I mean, you can pause, you can, you know, fast forward, you can do whatever you want to do on those. So I haven't actually posted the lecture slides. Let me think about that, okay? Okay. And let's see, also, I was wondering what counted as a signing in for the week. Was it just submitting our discussion posts and stuff? Yep, that's it, Jonathan. You're signing in, okay, is, yeah, you completing your assignment each week. And then as far as your intent to take the class, it's that completion of the discussion thread number 1, which is the welcome. Okay. All right. Okay. So we got those out of the way. Okay. Okay, guys. So anything else? Oh, and another chat. Okay, so yeah, there's always questions about the Zoom meetings. The way I have it set up right now is that we'll have the initial Zoom, which is this one here, and then we'll have a Zoom session before the midterm, and then we'll have a Zoom session before the final. Okay, but I'm really easy to get a hold of. So if you need anything else, you know, just reach out, let me know. And if there's a group of people, if there's like 4 or 5 people or something, come in and say, hey, you know, we're still struggling with this. Can you create another Zoom? Just let me know. Okay. I've been teaching this class for quite some time, and you know, normally people are pretty much, you know, self-motivated. They just kind of go through the class and do it, and it's fully online. So I understand that concept. People have crazy hours, crazy work hours and stuff, so they can't always attend these. But you know, whatever you need to be successful, if you need more interaction, you just let me know. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to stop share there. Okay, guys, I'm going to just leave it open. Anything that you saw, you probably noticed also that most of the course is open to you, right? So you can work at your own pace. That's another thing that I like to do. Let me see. I think the midterm and the final are the only things you can't take like right away. I think those open up the week of midterms and the week of finals. I believe that's the way I put it into the course. So I pretty much have the whole entire class built out for you guys, because I know also that sometimes you have a planned trip or something like that. If you want to catch up and get ahead a little bit, that's perfectly fine. I want to try to make it as accessible and flexible for you guys. Okay. All right. Anything else at all? Jessica, Autumn, Chloe, Jonathan, James, the other James, Daisy, Tanya, Madeline.
Yeah, I just want to comment and just say thank you, Professor, for hosting these Zoom meetings. I had other classes where they don't take the initiative, so I really appreciate that aspect. I think it's going to make for a more successful semester, so thank you.
Okay, cool, Daisy. Yeah, I'm here to help, man. So you let me know. That's we're gonna get through this together. So you just let me know what you need.
Yeah, thank you for the clarification on the discussions. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And also remember, each one of those, when it's a discussion thread, there will be a rubric also. So what I'll do is I'll click on that rubric, and that's how you're graded. If you miss some points, I'm going to tell you what you missed in the comments. Okay. And so that way you can learn and do better each and every time. I also will allow you to make up on some of the discussion threads. So let's say that you're, oh man, I just forgot to do my peer post. I don't know why, I just skipped my brain. Well, then go back, do it, and just let me know, and I'll give you points for it. Okay. Oh, okay. So Samantha, you mentioned in your lecture, you will be focusing in on medications on SSRIs. What will this look like? Well, we'll have to, kind of wait until we get there. We're going to talk about, those are serotonin selective reuptake inhibitors. Okay. We'll talk about that in neurophysiology, and how neurons work and how serotonin works. But we will also talk about that when we talk about depression, anxiety. So yeah, I don't know exactly how to answer what that's going to look like, but we're gonna focus a lot on that. You'll see that in my YouTube videos. Okay. Anything else, guys? Hey, Kizzy, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Professor?
Pretty good. I know. I think you missed quite a bit of it, Kizzy. But I did record this. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to post it. What would be best to get this out to you students? What would work the best? What do you think?
This Zoom meeting?
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely gonna watch it right after it ends. So
Okay.
I do have a question about the book.
Okay.
You said that we're not necessarily, we don't have to purchase the book, that you have YouTube videos on Canvas that we could watch that would help us with the assignments?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Now, the caveat there, Kizzy, is that I don't know what type of learner you are. Okay. So I just don't want you to have to purchase a $200 book. But if you still believe that you need something physical in your hands to, to be most successful, then go ahead and just rent the book. Right.
Okay.
I think people are getting, you can use the 9th edition, 10th edition. I think it's up to the 11th edition now, but use an older edition, get it as cheap as you possibly can.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so Jonathan says upload the recording to Canvas. Yeah, I would definitely upload it to Canvas. I just didn't know exactly where to put it on there. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put it into an announcement for you guys. Okay, so if you know of anybody else who's taking the class, let them know. Okay, and say, hey, you might want to watch the video, and I'll post it to the announcement. I think that'll work best. Okay. Okay. Anything else, guys? We're all good to go. All right. Yep, it's going to be a great term, guys. I've worked really, really hard on the YouTube videos. I actually redid all of them over the fall to make them more topic based. So, if you see a topic on there that says neuroanatomy, you can go out and you can grab as many resources as you want on neuroanatomy. It's no longer, oh, well, that's chapter 3 or chapter 4, whatever. You just grab whatever you can. The next chapter is on vision. Okay, I'm going to just go out and research as much stuff as I can on vision. Okay, and then we'll just take it topic by topic all the way through the course. Okay.
That's awesome.
Okay. What else do we have, guys? Anything? All right. It was great meeting all of you. Like I said, I will have this posted into an announcement very, very soon here. All right.
All right. Thank you, Professor.
Yep. And thank you for attending. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you,
Have a good
Professor.
one.